welcome to day 6 of 24 recipes till Christmas. Today we're making my absolute favorite dessert, chocolate mousse. And we're gonna make it the way my grandma always used to make it. This is the traditional Portuguese way of making chocolate mousse. For the ingredients, we're gonna need 6 eggs, sugar, butter, coffee, which is my grandma's secret ingredient, a little bit of salt, and I'm using 70% dark chocolate. This is a Portuguese brand, and that's what my grandma always used. So I tend to buy this at the Portuguese grocery store. But I know that if you're in Ontario, Food Basic also carries this brand, and it's much cheaper than at the Portuguese grocery stores. So let's get into it. Bora cozinhar. So I'm gonna start by melting the butter and the chocolate in bain-marie on the stove, which just means in a water bath. And this chocolate is easy, really easy to break up. So I'm just gonna break it up into pieces, and we're gonna start by melting our chocolate. So I have some water simmering on the stove, and now I'm just gonna place the bowl on top, and that's how we're gonna melt our butter and chocolate. While that is melting, I'm gonna get started on my egg whites. So I'm gonna use the whisk attachment. So I'm gonna separate the egg whites from the yolks. No, I'm living dangerous today. So I'm gonna start beating my egg white into stiff peaks, starting off slow just to break up the egg whites. So now that it's started to foam, I'm gonna add in a pinch of salt and then continue on. The salt is gonna help stiffen the peaks, and it's gonna stabilize the egg whites. When your egg whites are done, you should be able to turn the bowl upside down and the egg whites shouldn't fall off. So now I'm just going to transfer them to this bowl because I only have one mixing bowl. And next, let me just wash this. I'm going to set them aside. Okay, so with a clean bowl, you now are going to, and I'm gonna wash this. So using the whisk attachment, we're going to now mix our egg yolks and our sugar. We're gonna mix it until it's doubled in volume and it's a nice creamy, almost white color. Also, I just wanna say, while we wait for that, this is our chocolate that I've melted with the butter, and we're gonna add in half a teaspoon of this instant coffee, because since the chocolate and the butter is hot, it's gonna help melt the instant coffee. And now let's go back to our egg yolks and sugar and beat that. Consistency that we are looking for. Show you, it's like a creamy, and that's what we want. So now I'm gonna slowly start adding in our chocolate that has cooled down. So after we added the chocolate, you stir it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and you end up with this beautiful velvety ganache. So now we're gonna add our egg whites to the chocolate. And I like to start off with just a little bit and mix it in, and then take the remaining egg whites and slowly fold them in. So these ones I'm just gonna mix in just to help break up the chocolate a bit. remaining egg whites. Just dump them all in. And you want to just fold them in like so. You don't want to go very rough with it because you still want to keep some of these beautiful egg whites that are all fluffy. So after it's all mixed in, you end up with this velvety, chocolatey mousse. So all that's left to do now is fill our bowls. I have 6 bowls here, and this should be enough for the 6 bowls. And I find using a soup ladle is like the easiest to fill them up. So here we have our 6 chocolate mousses. I find that this recipe gives me 6 8-ounce chocolate mousses. And usually if I make it for us for Christmas Eve, I double the recipe. But if you're making it for a dinner party or there's only 6 people, I think this is plenty. Now the mousse needs to set, and that means it needs to go in the fridge for at least 6 hours. I usually make it the night before, and that works out great. So it's going in the fridge, and I'll see you tomorrow. So here we are the next day with our chocolate mousse. It is now set. Technically, you could make the chocolate mousse in the morning, but it needs to set for at least 6 hours in the fridge. Now comes the most difficult part of it all. We're gonna do the tasting. So you can see it is very airy and creamy. It is perfect. Super light, and you cannot tell the coffee flavor, but just this very intense chocolate flavor that's delicious. It is by far my favorite dessert to have in Portugal, and I highly recommend you make this recipe for your Christmas table. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because every day in the month of December I will be posting a recipe for your Christmas table. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Hope to see you again soon, and thanks for watching.